Good Filipino morning to everybody. I thought I'd just log on 2 minutes early because to so Jan on the Lamb doesn't have to wait for too long. 2 minutes is still a lifetime to go. But today I thought I'd introduce that man right there and back walking. Where you at?
Hey man, what's going on? Hello, community.
My buddy Chris, he stayed with me. He came to the Philippines to stay with me for 21 days last year. As I was renting out my room, just being new to the Philippines, I just thought, like open up my room for rental to, be supportive of the subscribers and stuff like that, the subscriber community who are supportive of me. He loved it so much this year around. He came for 3 months, during the 21 days that we stayed together. We got to know each other. He's a decent man. So he just I'm recruiting him for the Filipino life.
Recruiting, yes, I am. I've dove in both feet head first, and I love it here. The people are so kind, and the best part about this is that you get to actually be the person that you always wanted to be, but we're hiding from everyone back home. Oh,
Which I do not look like senior citizen Hulk Hogan, okay?
Hey, that's an accurate statement, but hey.
But anyway, I just wanted to, update everybody on a few little things. Thank you very much for your support of my Q community. And my community has grown so much, exponentially, despite the fact that, now that Ken is not on my channel anymore and I have stopped updating Ken, my viewership has tanked exponentially. But still, it's just like the level of support that I have, like I'm very grateful for that. And with the level of support, I was able to grow my business, the motorbike rental business. And amongst other things, it's just like now I'm making the young lady Cat back there, who is not on camera, my adopted niece. And like what you call it, I'm having her, like learn editing through the Adobe program. And it is a trade and a skill that I think is very important in life. And she expressed interest. So, we'll see where we go from there. And then with hiding in the Philippines right here, I'm going to put the link after the what you call it, the live stream is done. I'm sorry, my brain is still waking up. But yeah, he's has a new channel. Like I would appreciate like all the hardcore fans and everybody who is willing to go over to his channel and support his channel. He's still going through the learning, the growing pains.
Yes. I have made several mistakes. My cinematography is not the best, but under the guidance and tutelage of some of the people, actually the ridicule, that's what teaches you most, is the ridicule from friends and family. I am learning so much, and editing is definitely a skill that I am developing as well.
Yeah, and but it's improving. It's just like Jay, my other house guest, is too shy to be on camera. He's too shy. But anyway, like we're both, like helping him out a little bit. Jay has a very strong IT network. I'm sorry, what is it? Yeah, IT background. So we're
5 degrees, that guy.
Yeah, Georgia Tech. But anyway, like we're helping him out, to develop his channel, and I'm hoping, and also YouTube has changed their criteria, make it easier to monetize, and by helping this man out, it's just like we're gonna help out, what you call it, my niece Kat, like she's gonna help out, with the editing and stuff like that, while we're busy out there doing our content. It's just also, because of my growth, like I have hired a personal assistant as well, giving, a local person, like a better opportunity to learn and, like to break tradition a little bit, paying him a little bit higher salary. And we're also giving him a free, comfortable Western way of living, boarding. But, I'm going to upload a video on that momentarily. But we're, like the point being is that we're creating all these, like opportunities for the locals. And, by Chris having his channel, hiding in the Philippines, that contributes to that. You might not see it on the surface, but in the background, it's just like we're creating so many more opportunities. And I'm in the very early phase. I recently bought 5 motorcycles to add to my inventory to fill the demand because of subscribers coming in and taking advantage of my open door policy to say hi and renting my inventory and stuff like that, which are great. But still, as soon as I bought the 5 vehicles and put it on my lot, it sold out right away. And recently, we're in the very early phase. I don't want to get too much into details, but we're in the very early phase of speaking to one of my subscribers and friend, who I consider friend, that there is a potential that I'm going to double my inventory, ending up with about 32 bikes in a very short period of time. So, I have done my due diligence, and I'm just waiting for his part to do his part of the due diligence. If it makes sense for the both of us, that's an opportunity that I cannot refuse. Like 2 months ago, I announced that my my motorbike rental business was for sale, and then I was struggling a little bit with the value of it. But as of now, I'm taking it off the market. I rather it grow as I am growing my operation and hiring personal assistants and full-time mechanics and just employing the local kids to do odd jobs like washing the bike and give them 200 pesos, which to a 12-year-old, washing a bike is like nothing. They just do that on their pastime, and 200 pesos to do like 1 or 2 hour worth of work is like unheard of for them. But like the 200 pesos will help them learn responsibility, similar to paper routes that like maybe a man like that did when he was a kid.
I did.
But 200 pesos in terms of the Philippines is a lot of money. They can save money to contribute to their own schooling or like school supplies or whatever it is. So we're creating these opportunities, and then also with Bernadetta's house, the what you call it, the home improvement is completely done, or at least the part that we hired the laborers to do. We still have to install a like a window air conditioner unit to her room so she's more comfortable, and get her a mattress. But I haven't, she's been so busy, and I've been so busy, and just running around, and it's, as you can tell, it's been a minute since I've done a live stream over here. So yeah, and yeah, those are the updates, and then I'm looking to grow. I'm looking to build a boat, a customized boat, to expand my operation and expand, just to help people or subscribers that come to the Philippines. When you come to the Philippines, a lot of the activities here are very redundant. When you go island hopping, they charge you like 1,000 pesos per head, sometimes even 2,000, which 1,000 pesos is like about $20. For 2,000 is $40, per head to pack on a boat. And then they go to the same island, and every company over here does the same thing. But as an adventurer like myself, as I'm even driving through crossing the 3 bridges, through to Cebu, I see all these shipwrecks, abandoned ships, and islands that are not inhabited and stuff like that. It just creates curiosity, and I want to go by myself. Nobody will take me there. No business will take me there. So now I want to build my own boat and go there myself.
Right. What's over there?
Yeah. And on the interim, I want to afford the opportunity to my subscribers and supporters. So when you come to the Philippines, you have these off the beaten path activities, that are available to you if you opt to do that. And then also, we rented the other unit over there, which consists of 3 bedrooms. So I'm going to open up, I stopped renting out rooms for a minute because I adopted two of my nieces over here. And with, 2 young girls and stuff like that, it's just like I don't feel comfortable in renting out my rooms and, the same living quarter without vetting anybody. And for the price that I rent it out for, I don't have the resources to vet anybody. So it's just a precautionary thing. But now that I, rented added an additional 3 bedrooms, I am reopening that opportunity to subscribers and supporters to, you know, come and if you're looking for, you know, cheap housing, but you don't mind sharing. And I mean, like you have a private room or a private restroom and all, but you know, it's just like sharing the common area within the same compound as me, you know, just like, you know, 10 steps away. You know, reach out to me if you want to come to the Philippines and, you know, you want to do like a package thing, you know, like living and transportation. As far as the scooter rental is concerned, we'll package it together so you don't have to, you know, worry about the two major expenses as a traveler to the Philippines. Take that, you know, out of your mind, you know, and take advantage of what I have to offer. And, you know, similar to what Chris is doing right here, you know, he's renting my scooter as well as my room. You know, I feel comfortable with him because I've known him from last year's visit. So yeah, so that opportunity is there as well, starting March 1st. So for anybody interested, just feel free to reach out to me. All my contact information is on my homepage of the YouTube. So there we have it. Chris, tell me about your what are you doing on your channel?
Well, so far, since I've been here, I started my YouTube channel in January, just trying to introduce myself to people and what I'm about. And since I've been here, I've done a few things. The first time I came was to get my teeth fixed, and I did, and it transformed my life. I went from a scowling, you know, guy from the north who never smiled at anyone to I'm a militant smiler now. I smile at everyone that I encounter. And we've done some fun things since I've been here. I haven't done all the things that I want to do, but that's coming. I did a walk through the neighborhood wearing a chicken outfit with my friend here. And I can tell you, you have never had as much fun as you can have until you put on an inflatable chicken costume and walk through the neighborhood. Just the looks alone on people's faces, like, what am I seeing? What is that a white man wearing a chicken costume? Yes, it is. I have some other plans coming down the pipe that you know, everyone, you can have so much fun in the Philippines if you allow yourself to have the fun. You know, if you can come outside your shell and your comfort zone and just step outside of your dictated norms, man, you could have so much fun. I also, we had our good buddy Jay out here who will not come on camera because of his shyness. We put him in an inflatable ballerina costume, and I tell you what, that guy got moves. I don't know why we can't get him on camera, but you never laugh so much until you've seen a grown man wearing a 300-pound ballerina costume. But that's sort of what I'm about. I'm here to have fun and exploit the fun that you can actually have, low dollar fun. I mean, you know, a couple of costumes. Everybody here in the Philippines wants to laugh and smile. Everybody, if you walk down the neighborhood, and by the way, if you're coming to visit in March, this is a great neighborhood that we live in. The people are very nice, and I mean, they're all going to know who you are within about a week. Hi, and they're going to quit calling you Joe. They'll call you your name. Oh, and by the way, your name's Joe. You didn't know that? Your name is Joe.
Well, I guess the bottom line is, you know, it's in the Philippines here, life is hard, whether you're an adult or a child going to school, you know, going to work, you know, it consists of like 10, 12-hour days. So
6-7 days a week.
Yeah. Most of the time it's 6 days a week, but you know, it's just like I think what, you know, Chris is doing, you know, I've participated in some, you know, it's just a simple humor. You know, I think the viewers can watch it for the humor value, and then as far as the local is concerned, it puts a smile on, you know, the local's face. You know, it's just for that short moment or whatever it is. You know, it's just like they see this silly white man over here in the chicken costume, and they just, you know, suddenly forget all that, you know, like stress or, you know, like burden that they have to go through. And I applaud him for it, you know, and I'm going to try to participate as much as I can. And, you know, like, because I am very busy. And one more thing I want to add, you know, with Bernadetta's home, you know, like now that we're finished with the main, you know, like rehab aspect, you know, she has a very decent space that I am looking to open a business and occupy that space. So, you know, like a mutual company where, you know, the workers, along with Bernadetta being the homeowner, she's not going to be involved with the business aspect because She has a full-time job working graveyard. So, but we're gonna share profits, amongst everybody. I'm gonna do a social experiment with that, and uh, uh, the goal is just to create a stable stream of income for the local workers as well as Bernadetta herself, and I think she's very deserving. Now, getting back to Chris, it's just yeah, I think it's a lot of fun, and then once we start, once we figure out what business to put in Bernadetta's in front of Bernadetta's home, we're going to whatever business it is, we're going to employ his stupid costumes and
I
do
can't
something
wait.
fun.
I
Yeah,
can't wait. I think it's going to be so much fun, man. I want to have fun. That's why I'm here. I want to infect people with smiles and fun and laughter. If I can make just one person giggle, just one, then
but
I'm
not only that, we're gonna use that, sense of humor to market whatever business it is that we do over there. So, say for example, we open up like an eatery, serving, like Western style affordable food for the students. This man is gonna be dancing around. I want to make him work for free. Dance around and with a horn or a bell or whatever to draw customers,
I'm in.
and just make everything fun.
I am
So,
in.
Paul, sorry, yeah, I had the privilege of meeting Paul twice. He came by the Philippines and rented my bike. Looking forward for you to move to the Philippines on the perm. So, whatever you need help with, if you need to buy a bike or whatever before you arrive, with the whole registration thing taking, between 1 to 3 months, just feel free to hit me up. I do the same. I extend the same courtesy as I extend to Jason and John, Papa John.
I love your pizza. I'm glad you're a subscriber.
Philip, everything is cool, man. I mean, again, it's just like we've just been super busy growing, and the business aspect as well. So on my vlog, I've had gaps where I don't upload anything for an entire week period, and I apologize for that. I want to keep you guys entertained, but it's just like again, it's just like I love you all, but my first priority here is the locals. It's just yeah, it's the locals. It's just I've been trying to recruit, and I've been trying to create opportunities, and Jericho from LJ's community, I made him an offer 2 days ago also, and he's accepted, and we're just going to see how that play out as well. Hoping to sponsor him. At first I thought one of the subscribers who reached out to me to offer to sponsor him for his last year of college, so he can graduate and apply for a position as a custom agent here in the Philippines. I thought that went through, well, and then I've been quiet for a while, and I put it under my belt as a success story. But apparently that wasn't the case. He reached out a few days ago, and we met 2 days ago. And I hear his story. He come across as a very honest man. So I'm gonna go ahead and take over that, that I guess obligation, and sponsor him for his 4th year of college. But this is just the beginning of it. It's not definite yet. It's just up to him on how he reacts and how he behaved after the conversation 2 days ago. Because once again, it's just like my intention is to help, is to contribute to the local society. But at the end of the day, it takes two. If the person receiving the help has other agendas, or trying to exploit me or take advantage of me, I'm not for it. If you can't help yourself, there's really nothing I can do. At the end of the day, no matter who it is, whether it's Ken or anybody, it's just like I'm not their guardian, and they're not my beneficiary. So if they, are beyond help, then like I just have to cut my losses and move on, because there's plenty of people that would appreciate that help and need that, lifting hand. But there is a clash of culture as well. It's just like, but when I talk to these folks, candidates, I always make it clear. It's just like nobody can, like whatever I can offer, as far as assistance is concerned, is very limited. It's up to them. They have to utilize the resources that I'm extending to them, and they have to be intelligent enough to utilize those resources to elevate their life. If they cannot do that, then there's very limited things that I can do. And time is very valuable to me. My motto is in life is, money comes and goes. It's just a piece of paper. That's whatever country puts a value on that piece of paper, and it's money. It comes and go, but time is irreplaceable. Once it's gone, it's gone. So time is very important to me. So I have to invest my time very intelligently. Carry on, bro. Oh, as I'm reading
What?
this.
No, hey, what do you mean, Randy Savage? I've never snapped into a Slim Jim in my entire life. Okay, that's a blatant lie. I love Slim Jims, and every time I get you can't get them here. I've never seen one.
Thank you, Uncle Jesse.
Uncle Jesse is that the Dukes of Hazzard's
I'm not sure.
grandpa? You make moonshine, son? And if you do, please come to the Philippines. They don't have that here. They have liquors, but not that good moonshine.
Yeah, chicken legs, it's all about teamwork, it's all about teamwork. Again, it's just like in the past, I have stated, a lot of people have reached out to me to promote their channel or to collaborate with me or to, to advertise on my channel, but I have declined a lot of them because for a vlogger who does, interview-based content, on how to date a Filipino young lady, it's totally irrelevant to what I do. So no, I'm not going to collaborate with you. And if you're an you're a company that wants to advertise, a good sleep pillow or whatever, it's really irrelevant to my, my purpose on my channel. So, I'm not going to advertise. I'm not going to promote your channel. But with Chris here, he's putting smiles on the on the locals' faces, and he's very, he's in the very infant stage of his channel. So, we don't know how it's going to develop. We don't know how much support we're going to get from, my channel. And, we're going to parade him a little bit in Dumaguete with other vloggers and see, I hope his channel blows up so we can work as a team,
Amen.
Not only in the content aspect of it, but also the financial aspect of it. And maybe he sees something that I do over here that he can contribute to and he has interest to. Again, I never ask anybody for anything.
Hey, what was that blood oath thing that I had to sign last night? What was that all about?
No, man, I killed that real quick, man. I'm not going to. I don't know where you've been, bro. Oh, shit. Crap.
What? Okay. Hi. You got a cramp. I don't know what that's about. There's a life change when you become an older person and you cramp up from time to time. It never happened to me because I'm experiencing the fountain of youth since I've been here.
Charlie horse.
Oh, is that what you're calling it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes when I laugh too hard out of position, I get a Charlie horse. I guess not enough potassium, so I have to get some bananas. But don't be dirty. But yeah, I just have to stretch out a little bit.
Here in the Philippines, banana is a code word. You guys can figure it out for yourself.
No, you leave that shit alone, bro.
I'm not touching it.
But hey, Eric, thank you for joining us. I've seen your comment a lot, lately on my content, and I really appreciate the level of support that you're giving. And also, it gives, it takes me to another point, another very important point. A very one subscriber, Ron, if I mispronounce your last name, the Dorsey, from Canada, had brought up a very good point to me that I thought I should address right here. Ron, just to give a little background story, he's been, on my channel for a long time, and he was the man, along with his family, who made the Maryland's home improvement possible. He was the person, the sole donor, to buy the materials, and I did the labor on that video. he made a point to me that, well, he didn't make a direct point, but I read in between the lines that, I acknowledge that there are a lot of donors, on my channel through PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee and stuff like that. And that I have not acknowledged personally. And I sincerely apologize for that. Again, my schedule is just like very overwhelming. And that's not an excuse, whether it's a $2 donation or a $100 donation. It's just like I am very, very much grateful for that. And while I go into the PayPal website, maybe it's just my ignorance with technology or whatever, or that platform in general. Also would Buy Me a Coffee. I don't have or I don't see the option of doing a reply and give you a personal thank you. And I don't want to verbalize it on video because I have received quite a few requests that not to like they want to maintain their privacy and stuff like that. So I don't want to accidentally say a name that I'm not supposed to say. So yeah, I sincerely apologize about not acknowledging or expressing how grateful I am of your support. Please do know that I am grateful and I do take notice. And yeah, going forward, I will do my best to do better, to acknowledge and show my appreciation. But at the end of the day, again, it's just like here in the Philippines, I have an open door policy. I have men like this, who started out as a subscriber and we become great friends. People like Paul K, who has come and rented my vehicle for 2 weeks. And, there was one incident where, there was a miscommunication that, Paul was in Dumaguete and kind of overextended his contract. But, I made a round trip, myself and I made a round trip to swap bikes with him on the same day. We went through that because, I consider Paul a dear friend. And we never complain. We never, charge for the fees and stuff like that. So I appreciate everybody, not only the donors, but also the viewers who support my channel and stuff like that. And I wish to, meet everybody, and become friends with everybody who is watching. But it's just if I fail to I guess acknowledge your extra generosity, I sincerely apologize for that, and just know that in my heart I am extremely grateful. What that is?
That's my channel. If anybody wants to find me, this is the easiest way.
And I'll insert a link also. What? Why are you doing this whole thing over here? Why are you covering my face?
Well, I mean, as attractive as you are, there can be only one pretty one in the picture. You want I should move over to the side now?
No, we're all good. But Canadian Samurai, who is Brit.
What
a little confusion there.
Name.
Welcome.
Canadian Samurai.
Jana the Lamb, very good question. She went to Leyte, her hometown, 2 weeks ago, I believe. Yeah, because we're still in contact with Ed Marie, which is the older daughter, and which is Ken's, spelled Kann, not to be mistaken with Ken, who went back to London. But she's Ken's older sister. We're still in contact, and she informed us the mother went back to Leyte, but she didn't know what the purpose was. And I have not, follow up with them because, again, I don't want to chase after them. I put out I haven't heard anything from her. So, it's been 2 weeks already. I don't think she, if she did, in fact, went back to her province to work on that, it might not be successful because I have not heard anything from the mother. So, I'm still waiting. I made a generous offer, on the table, but I'm not going to pressure them to do it. But it nevertheless breaks my heart. It's just like I think every person should be should have the opportunity or the right to an education. But with this little girl's, like situation, it breaks my heart. But again, she's only, I forget, 11 or 12 years old. And I am a stranger at the end of the day. So I cannot be, I cannot push the topic. It's just like all I can do is just manipulate the situation and don't, like mistaking the word manipulate, like in a negative way,
Right.
manipulate the situation and bribe the parents to do the right thing. And I'm here to support. She is a very, very intelligent young lady.
And it's sad, man, that you can visually see somebody, but they don't exist unless they're on paper.
Yeah, she can go to school, with fake paperwork and like workarounds and loopholes. But that's something that I, like that they can do, on their own. I don't promote it, and I don't agree with it. I want her to. I would love for her to get her birth documents, registered birth documents, and do it legitimately. Sup, Sadara, if I pronounce that correctly.
That's a cool name.
OG, it is. I will never forget that, man. I mean, Chicken Legs is like, man, he's hardcore, man. If I was to start a cult, Chicken Legs would be the first person to join.
Fantastic.
I guarantee it. No, I love the name, but yeah.
A cult. Yeah. Cult of Smiles.
Yeah. Peter, with your last name, you sound like one of my peoples. I just recently had the privilege of meeting one of my I guess Chinese, but he was born in Australia, up in Las Piñas, Manila. And he reached out to me originally a long time ago, and he paid me a compliment and said, like he made a comment that I will never forget. He's like, it's nice to see like another Chinese brother, something to the respect of, like contributing to society and not, wasting his time in the casinos and getting drunk. Yeah, I don't do that, but he said he was proud of me, and I took it to heart. That was the ultimate compliment. So like he owns a few. He mentioned to me that he owns a few condos up in Manila, and he said if I was ever in town to reach out to him, and he would love to accommodate me. And I took advantage of that. This time that we went to Manila for I's immigration situation, the U.S. immigration interview. So yeah. So not to be like racially discriminatory, but it's just I like reaching out to uh, from my what you call it, my refugee camp video. I had the privilege of a few people who like went through the same thing during the similar time period as I did, and I was very proud of that. To connect with these folks. I was only 7 years old at that time while I was in the refugee camp, so I don't remember anybody like on a personal basis, but it's just nice to have these kind of chit chats, to to have people that I can relate to, and relate the a similar situation to. Luz from Honolulu. Yeah, I'll be visiting Hawaii. I forgot Eric. Eric, who is a hardcore subscriber as well, who has contributed to Jericho's Jericho's driver's license. Like in the process, we became good friends. We chat on Messenger, Facebook Messenger, and very nice man. I don't know him by looks, but just from conversation, he invited me out to Hawaii. I forgot what island. He said the big island, but like yeah, he invited me out, and I think I'm gonna take a. I'm looking 90% sure that I'm gonna take advantage of that opportunity when I fly back to the Los Angeles for my son's graduation, and before coming back to the Philippines. I'm gonna visit my boy Eric, and hopefully I get to meet you also, Luz.
What a great adventure.
If I mispronounce your name or whatever, I apologize. India.
Wow.
Wow, you know, like I had a subscriber that was watching my video on LJ's community, and he's also from India. He indicated to me that he's a stone crab or rock crab farmer. And he said, you know, he made a comment that he would love to come over here to the Philippines and teach that community how to farm stone crab or rock crab. I forget the technical name for it. And, you know, tap into, you know, his international market, you know, like resources to sell them at 30 US dollars per kilo. I'm like, shit, come, you know, if it's a skill that we can teach locals here, you know, some new tricks, you know, and uh have them.
Here.
Yeah, crab and lobsters are
Yeah,
expensive here.
Oh my, tell them about that $120 lobster. 120, that's American dollars for a
Yeah,
lobster.
that's slightly over a pound. It's just an itty bitty lobster. Yeah, but if you guys, you know, if any viewers, you know, see any of my videos, you know, that see potential in the area or the people, and you have a skill or a trade to offer, you know, like Jason, the traveling machinist, you know, he's coming in mid-March, and I have, you know, on his behalf recruited 12 people so far for tuition free, you know, for Jason to train them as a machinist and, you know, like a new, you know, trade, you know, and for free, you know, and Jason's going to invest his time and expertise to train these people. And then we're in the process, we're going to build, you know, like hopefully build 5 custom bikes, and we're going to make it fun, you know. And since I'm going to start a motorbike or scooter crew or riding crew with the Filipino National Police officers, which is a great privilege, by the way. It'll be nice. It's a nice idea to have our custom bike, you know, even though they're small engine, 150cc ish. But you know, it's just we just want to be silly and unique and ride around and hopefully, you know, like in the process of riding, you know, like we can identify a few people, you know, in the process to help out, you know, and yeah.
So I see you with the 8 hangers.
Yeah, you're a welder, Chris. Yeah. You know, you can contribute to that.
Yeah, for sure. There's, I mean, the opportunities here to help people are just boundless. And what I've seen is people want to learn to do different things to elevate themselves. Not everyone, but most people will. And I just applaud the engine. Man, I've seen so many crazy things that the Filipino people here have managed to cobble together with barely anything. And I think with some training, the genius and ingenuity of the Filipino people is just gonna, you know, blow up. That's my personal opinion, but I mean,
yeah, and also I'm not, you know, I'm a very fluid person. I'm not fixated on one thing and that will never change. You know, I'm very fluid. So when I come across a, you know, like lifelong skilled welder like this, we'll make something around it, you know, to help the, you know, like the local community to learn, you know, like techniques, you know, new trade, the new skill, you know, so they can elevate, you know, like their self-worth and expand, you know, like in their life in general, you know. With the traveling machinist, Jason, you know, it's just like coincidentally, not coincidentally, he planned to be here, you know, like earlier or mid last month, January, but, you know, like life happened and he had to delay it. But, you know, with a machinist and a welder, you know, a professional welder, you know, like coming into place, you know, just, and he's also an artist, you know, he creates furnitures. So we're gonna do something over here and teach, you know, my mechanic Eric or whoever wants to learn, you know, to come and pour resin and stuff like that to make beautiful furniture. Maybe there's an opportunity there to, you know, market it to the local, you know, high-end restaurants as an you know, art piece, art related furniture, you know. And I've made a few friends that are, you know, like restaurant owners, you know, in the Korean community. And maybe there's a cross marketing there, and hopefully, you know, like we're able to make these furnitures, sell these furnitures, so we can split the profits amongst the students who want to learn. You know, we're not promising, you know, they're not getting a salary, but, you know, they'll share the profits.
The education is the value there. You can turn the wood here. I found a wood plank this thick, 8 feet long. Back home, that piece of wood would cost me $200-300. Here, I get it for $20. You know, and it's
Island Nation, brother. We're filled with
Yes.
trees. But Paul, yeah, yeah, I am expanding, and you know, the personal assistant that I'm hiring, he has like a world of potential, and I saw that in him. I've known him for more than a year, but you know, I'm finally in the position to, you know, like commit to paying, you know, like a decent salary to this young man, and without hesitation that, you know, any hard month that I might experience might, you know, like affect his salary in any way, and I don't want to do that if I commit to somebody. You know, as long as they're putting in the effort, you know, I don't want my doing to be you know, reflected negatively. So I have that confidence now from the support of my YouTube community subscribers who come and, you know, like not only rent my scooters but promote my scooters. That's a stream of income, and also with my YouTube monetization is another stream of income. You know, I spent a lot of money here to purchase resources so I can, you know, like funnel it, you know, or spread them around, you know, like the neighborhood over here to help, you know, like other. Look at the shy man running. He's running like this.
Those are Jay sighting. You see him?
It's very cartoonish. But yeah, Jay's a lovely man. He came on in August to take me to the survival camp, and he just never left. Funny, I always give him a hard time for it, but he's always welcome, of course, to stay as long as you want. But I always poke fun at him. But yeah, getting to the point, Paul. Yeah, I need to spread it out, you know. And with this young man, I don't want to name his name yet because, you know, he wants to keep his privacy until, you know, he gave his current job 30-day notice. And I just don't want that to overlap or, you know, kind of have a negative effect on him. So yeah, so I he will participate in the, you know, like, well, basically he's going to run the entire operation here because originally I have my two nieces run the operation, but, you know, one of them, the older one, can't, you know, express a non-interest in it. You know, which I don't blame her if she doesn't have interest in it. I don't want to force anybody to do anything, you know, like for example, you know, if you're not interested in math, if you have zero interest in math, 1 + 1 might be very difficult for you. And if you're interested in rocket science, physics, and stuff like that, maybe, you know, like rocket science is very, very easy to you in the learning process. Whereas to someone like me, a dumbass like me, you know, like I will never learn. So I always promote, you know, like, or I always encourage people to pursue their passion. You know, like I'm not one of those traditional Asian parents that, oh, you have to be a doctor or a lawyer. It's just like, shit. If I'm an introvert, why am I going to be a lawyer? I mean, you know, if I'm like, if I have a phobia of the sight of blood, why am I going to be a doctor? You know, you never reach the, you know, your highest potential if you're forced to do something that you do. And my younger niece, Kat, you know, like her school schedule is 5 days a week, so it's not logical for her to run the business when she's not available most of the time. You know, like 70% of the time. Although, you know, she's very business savvy, she learns very fast with the business. Very proud of her. Very extrovert. And yeah, but, you know, now it's not the time. She's also, you know, like only in the 11th grade, so she has a little bit time to go. And we need, I and myself need more time to go create content and cater to the younger generation. So we can't sit here and manage the business on a day-to-day basis. So this person that I'm hiring made him a very, very generous offer, and of course he accepted instantaneously. He's gonna, you know, run the business and do the video editing and, you know, like everything else. So the opportunity that is afforded to him, you know, like he's going to basically, you know, it's his obligation to know everything that I know. So I think that would be an asset to him.
So my resume, what'd you do with my resume?
Oh, it had a big old denied stamp on it a long time ago.
Just gonna break it to me now.
When I saw you walking with that piece of paper like this, you know, I already had my like denied stamp, reject stamp, you know, ready.
Well, look,
once you put it down, like boom.
My American salary is not that high. a couple grand a month. I mean, what are you paying that guy?
That's funny, Michael, man. On this little block that we live on, man, there's like 32 sorry stores. 32.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
There's one that's like right butted up next to the other one. I mean, they share a wall.
Yeah. So yeah, like like he said, there are like 2-3 sorry stores that have common walls. It's just no thank you for earning like 2-3 pesos profit margin for each item. Yeah, Paul, just hit me up. No problem. I did it for Jason, traveling machinist, John, and also most recently a regular guy, Scotty Boy. His NMAX is still sitting out here.
Fancy too. Yeah, Scotty got a Cadillac, man. That thing is beautiful.
Sean, love you, man. Sean is another one of my hardcore viewers and subscriber. I really appreciate that. Yo, what? Luis Cabo, you're that's very generous. And yeah, you're a very you're a constant donor to my channel, and I really appreciate that. And I used to live in Tijuana for like a good amount of years, and then for the last 7 years before I arrived in the Philippines, like anytime that my son is not physically with me, I go to my little condo in South Tijuana, North Rosarito. I love Baja, so
that amount
I appreciate
so far here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man, you just don't even know how far that will go.
Yeah, and I think that amount, I haven't shopped for Bernadetta's what you call it, air conditioning window unit yet, but I think that amount would suffice. Thank you very much, Luis Cabo. Peter, man, y'all throwing me off with the Peter Chong thing, man. But that's funny though, Peter. I love you, man. I really appreciate your hospitality for housing me for those 3 days or 4 days. I forget. It's just my brain doesn't work too well anymore. But yeah, I really appreciate it. I'm very grateful, and I'm very grateful for the compliment that you have given me. And I enjoy the time that I was able to spend with you and walking through the neighborhood. Your accommodation, I'm very grateful. That's the comment for you.
What?
Watch. Yeah, go ahead.
There are strict rules for use of hardwood.
And Morton right here, just to put things in context, he's one of the interested parties to buy my motorbike rental business.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so he was the very first person that, reached out to me. And I apologize, Morton, that I was like kind of, fluctuating with the price and stuff like that and threw things off. And I sincerely apologize for that. But, as of now, it's off the market.
I did not realize there was rules for using wood here. No,
but Chris is buying it from the hardware store, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I'm buying it right down the street from the lumber hardware store.
Yeah, so I think that's all fair games.
I'm not trying to use they have the darker, harder wood, and we'll just see what I can. I'll research it though, man. I appreciate you saying some stuff. I'll look into it.
Yeah, Andy, I also meet a lot of people through my channel, because of the work that I do. It's just like again, I just want to make it clear. A lot of people, label me as a philanthropist. I'm not. I do philanthropy work. Doesn't make me a philanthropist. I don't think I have earned that title yet. I'm not Bill Gates, doing things in mass. Like I put an emphasis on, hopefully changing one life at a time. And, so far, I can claim success in Gel Mountain Angel Diary, even though after the fact, I disagree with a few things, the few decisions that the adults have made, and I'm no longer involved, but I'm still very proud of her, for her abilities and the success of her channel and her current success. Up until this date, her channel is very successful. So like they have a sense of financial independence. At 12 years old,
Right.
she is making more money than what both her parents has fathomed to do in their entire life. So like that in its own rights, is a successful story for me. And with Ken, it's just like that is a successful story, even though, like what transpired after he arrived in London, I don't care for. But like from the very beginning, he asked to go home to the UK, and that's what I set out to do. And I was able to accomplish that, even though at 45 years old now, I have zero knowledge of Social Security, zero interest, and like his situation and stuff like that. I was able to overcome all that, not by myself, of course, with help with the Social Security situation with Paul in the Philippines, Old Dog New Tricks. He's I consider him my mentor, in the YouTube environment, more than a colleague. But he's a beautiful, decent human being. And again, every time I'm in Dumaguete, like I make it a great effort to buy him a coffee, to sit down with him and, share a conversation with him, even if it was like a 5-minute conversation. He's a very busy man, but I pay my respects. And then, without Paul, I wouldn't have cracked the Social Security situation, or I would have invested a lot more time than I would want to. But that in itself is a successful story, because I was able to send him home, and thereafter, he turned on me, and that's his choice. I don't hate. It's just like I don't regret a single thing that I did. The man's wish was to go home and not be stuck in the Philippines as an illegal, and I was able to accomplish that. And in my opinion, a lot more. I've done a lot more than that, but it is what it is, and I still consider Ken is still on my wall of fame. Okay, amongst the other things, like other things that I don't consider a successful story yet, just like my 2 nieces over here, because that's a long play. I don't think I will see like a successful or the results of it until like maybe 5-6 years from now, after they graduate like college, and obtain a sensible job or have a successful career. Until then, can I say, oh, that's a success or that's a failure? But time will tell. And a few of these kids, neighborhood kids, they're 12-year-olds. It's just like I can't make that determination until a long time right now. So as much as I'm grateful for the label, I don't consider myself a philanthropist. No, I'm doing philanthropic work. Sure.
Hey, I'm one of his success stories. You're looking at one of his success stories. He's not going to take any credit. No, man.
I want your channel to monetize, and
the channel is great, but I'm just saying that, I mean, the success of my life since meeting you the first time.
Oh, I see where you're going.
I mean, look at my fangs. They're so beautiful, and that changed my whole being, everything. When I went back home, instead of scowling at people or putting my hand over my mouth when I laugh, now I readily, with the big teeth hanging, and just my whole life has changed by meeting one person. And that can happen. And, okay, successful. I want to be on the wall. I want my place on the wall.
Not porcelain, by the way. Zirconia.
Yeah, baby.
This man went all out.
These are the Cadillac of teeth. I could never have done that back home. And I'm telling you, the self-esteem and everything I mean, when I went home, it just changed everything. Thank you.
Yeah, and getting back to my point though, with Andy over here, yeah, I mean, like every cause, anything that you do in life to help to contribute to society is a notable and a worthy cause. Just me in specific, I, even though world hunger or donating, one-time stuff, it's great. It's a very worthy cause, but just me personally, I want to see results. Maybe it's just my selfish reasons. It makes me happy. It makes me sleep good at night. I'm in it for the long play. With Ken, that was very long. That was like 2 months. a lot of resources, a lot of time.
Yeah, and
With jail,
Artemis, that guy pushed you, man.
yeah, with jail, that was heck of a, it's like 2, 3, 4 hour travel. It's just like about 2 hours to the city proper, and then another hour and a half up the mountains. But we did it, and we were able to make a successful story out of it. So very proud of myself for that.
Yeah, there's a ripple effect though, man. When you do that bit of kindness, and that kindness begets kindness, which
Yeah.
begets more kindness, you don't even have you probably will never fathom how much good you have actually done.
Yeah, yeah, DJ, like heavy equipment, like just on top of my head right now, I don't see any, like opportunity for that over here, because a lot of the manual labor is still being, like
With a shovel,
being done. Yeah, because I see people like literally on their hands and knees on their highway system, painting the white line, the what you would call it, the divider.
Yep.
To separate the lanes, and like just from the first sight is, to me, it's just the first thing that crossed my head was that's still very primitive. But like I don't know how to explain it. I haven't been here long enough to to kind of make sense of it. But I would imagine, being an island nation consisting of over 7,000 islands, it's just kind of difficult, or not cost effective to move heavy equipments from island to island. Hence, the infrastructure is still a little bit lacking, a little bit behind, in my opinion. And human labor here is still very cheap. So even when I was hiring the people to work on Bernadetta's house, it's just like you can see from the video that they use a netting to kind of like uh, filter out the impurities from the sand, and not like a vibrating machine or whatever. And machineries here are very, very expensive. Um, power tools are a lot of frauds, a lot of I bought some Makita tools, and
that was the lightest battery on the history. You're like,
and it breaks down, yeah, and it breaks down like very quickly. And then the legitimate stuff, is I think almost 200% more expensive than what it is back home. Maybe it's the logistics and shipping and stuff like that, which like increase the price. I even tried buying a few things on Amazon, and most of the stuff that I try to buy, has like tariffs and import fees and stuff like that, which was ridiculous, and it wasn't worthwhile for me. I'm not sure if you're joking or not, Andrew, but people are struggling to make a living here. So I think a bodybuilding, strongman, stuff like that is, I don't know, maybe, maybe you're right, but, just my opinion is not the same as you. All right, guys. I'm 58 minutes in, and my attention span again is playing tricks on me. Any last words, bro?
Like and subscribe. No.
We're having lots of fun here, by the way. Jay is right there. I want to insist that he's on camera.
Yeah.
But Jay is right there.
If you want to follow him, there he is. There's his back. I mean, that's probably what you're going to see most of the time.
Yeah, but I've never seen a man so afraid of the camera.
And he's so photogenic, man. He got a great smile, and he's semi good looking. I mean, from a distance.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say about your? Hey, that's a traveling machinist right there.
Hey, Jason, what's up, bro?
See you in March, bro. But go ahead. Like tell them more about your channel and stuff like that before we tune out.
We're here in the next weeks or so. We're going to be doing some pranks and stuff just to put smiles on people's faces, and I'm going to be up in this neighborhood is so great because they know me now. So like when I do something crazy, when I walk out of the gate now, they're what's he going to do now? And I love that. I want you all to come over and see what it's like to have fun. I mean, because a lot of the time we're back home and we regiment our fun. We only have X amount of time to do X amount of things, and we're trying to, make fun happen. Here you can take your time and have fun. And I want to show you how to do that here inexpensively. And if I can make you laugh and smile, giggle, or just point at me, I'm down. That's what I want to do. Please come and visit my channel. Like I said, Derek said, I'm in the infant stages of it. Most of my videos are not the quality that they could be, but we're working on that. I recently, I'm going to upload a video soon. About me shaving this. I used to have a goatee and a beard, but I shaved it all off, and it was something.
But you know, in my closing thought, you know, please, guys, come over and support my my friend here, Chris, hiding in the Philippines. YouTube has dropped their criteria. He only needs 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours compared to the original, or you know, when I started, it was 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So you know, like he's only here for 3 months. So you know, if he's able to monetize, you know, like as quickly as possible. When I was helping Jail out, you know, she monetized within, I think, 2 or 3 weeks.
Crazy.
2 or 3 weeks of inception, you know, of the channel inception. And you know, like after monetization, within 2 weeks, you know, like her channel was exceeding, you know, my channel in income. So that's, you know, you know, like if you guys can just help this man, you know, like monetize, so you know, like he can have, you know, some sort of income.
I want to stay
to make it worthwhile for him to, you know, like pay Cat, you know, like a small fee, you know, to do the whatchamacallit, the editing and stuff like that, so he can invest more time creating, you know, improving on his content, so on and whatnot, and spreading more smiles locally, while you know, Cat can have, you know, like a small income, you know, not only from him, from me, also from me, you know, as a savings, you know, to contribute to her future. But you know, it just goes in a big cycle, you know. It's just like a very long, complex, you know, like a strategy that I have in my head. But you know, it's just support my boy,
please.
Until next time, y'all have a good one.
Peace.
Tuning out.